Hello everyone, it's me, Natalie. Welcome to my channel, Find Joy in the Journey. Look, oh my goodness, you have no idea how tired I am. I am exhausted. I had a full day, and it wasn't gardening, okay? It wasn't gardening. Matter of fact, I haven't even done a walk through my garden today. I have no idea what's going on out there. And that's why I'm out here in the garden shed because it's late in the afternoon and or evening actually, and it should be turning dark in the next hour or so. And I have not been out in my garden today. I was busy doing other things, out and about, and I decided I was inside relaxing, and then I said, you know what? Let me at least go look at the garden, see what's going on. So that's why I'm going to go out there and look at everything. And I wanted to share it with you, if you don't mind. If you want to go do a little field trip with me, let's walk through the garden and we can talk a little bit. Okay, you guys, we're out here in the garden. Look, I better be careful. I don't want little critters sneaking up on me. Okay, where should we start? Let's go over here where the eggplants are, okay? All right. Let me tell you what I do, you guys. Oh, I can't walk that way. It's a huge spider web. Let's go around. Well, since we're passing by the okra, let's talk about the okra. One of the okra plants, remember there was actually 4 grow bags here? You notice that one of them is gone because that particular okra plant, I mean, every single leaf was gone. It looked like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. All the leaves were gone. So, and there was no new growth. So I felt like that plant was done. It was a Clemson spineless. So I just removed that plant. I only have 3 okra plants left. Some of them are still producing, like I'm seeing okra right here. This is the jambalaya. Look, there's one here which I let get way too big, I believe. No, it's still soft. That is the Clemson spineless. So there's only 1 Clemson spineless, 2 jambalaya okra plants that are left. And as long as I see new growth like this, I'm going to let it continue to do its thing and let it continue to grow. Okay, that's the broccoli. That's the Destiny broccoli. I'm going real quick, y'all, because I have very little daylight. My lettuce that is being overshadowed, I always do that. I put the lettuce near these huge broccoli plants, and it may not get enough sunlight. It may not get enough sunlight being in this area where the broccoli plant is. So that wasn't a good idea. So that's lesson learned again. I don't know why I did that. I just wanted an empty spot. I wanted to do something with that empty spot. So I put that lettuce there. But it may not make it. It may not be getting enough sunlight. These are my cauliflowers. This is snow crown cauliflower. They're looking pretty good. I have to remove some of those leaves at the bottom that are yellowing. Over here, also being overshadowed by the eggplant and by the broccoli, are my 2 cabbages. But they are forming a head. This is 2 Cheers cabbage. They're forming a head. Doing pretty good. Over here is my eggplant. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about, the eggplant. Okay, you see these leaves. Remember in a prior video I told you I was concerned about the leaves. A better example is over here. You see these yellowing leaves, okay, and those brown spots. What I do when I have a question about something and I don't know the answer, what I do is I will use this feature on, everybody has it on their phone. If you have Google, you can take a photo of something and do a search, and the Google search will find the answer for you. So I took a picture, and I'll place it on the screen. I took a picture of one of these leaves. I found one that was like a perfect example. Matter of fact, I used this leaf right here, and I took a Google shot of it, and it came back and it said that these leaves have a fungal disease. Okay? But I just wanted to share that with you, that you can use that feature on your phone when you have a question about something. You can, when you're concerned, like, what's this spot on my fruit? What's this spot on my plant? Do a Google search. You can literally go up and take a picture of whatever it is and do a Google snapshot search, and it will look up. It'll do the research for you and can give you some idea of what's going on. So that's what I did. So those yellowing leaves, not from overwatering, not from underwatering. It is a fungal disease that's on my leaves. And the plants are looking pretty skimpy. There's still fruit growing. I'm noticing healthy leaves, and then you see those that are affected. So, look, we had a great run. We had a great run. Okay, since we're over here near the eggplant, mustard greens. These are the Florida broadleaf. They look really good. I'm gonna have to do another harvest. I think the more you harvest, the more they will grow. So the more that I pluck those leaves off there, and I've been learning to twist them off with my hand instead of snipping them with the snips. I don't think it makes a big difference, but I feel like it may just be healthier for the plant. Just be to snap it off like that. See, now that one's kind of wilted. But see, that's another reason why sometimes I have to use the snips, because some of the stems are so thick, it's kind of hard to snap them off with your hand. You know, I mean, that's a good thing. It's growing well. So it's nice. It's a nice thick stem, but I kind of want to snap them. It was suggested that if you just kind of snap them off with your hand, that's better than using the snips on them. So yeah, it's time for another mustard harvest right here. And I'm sorry, I did the last harvest. I cooked them. I cooked those mustards, but I did not get good footage. The footage was terrible, so I could not share it. So I will do another video of me actually washing, preparing, and cooking the mustards. But the footage I had just did not turn out right, and I just didn't want to present that to you. So I'll do it again, because as you can see, my greens are still growing well. I'll be able to do another video. It's getting dark now, so let me quickly show you my broccoli crown. Look at the size of that. Do you see that? I'm going to put my little short fat hand on here so you can see exactly how big it is. Okay? It's the size of my little meatball hand. Isn't that pretty? Wow, it's time. That needs to come off. Now, I say this all the time, but I will repeat it again. I was taught that once you harvest that main crown, that's going to signal to the plant to start growing side shoots. Then after that, I'm going to see little broccoli florets coming from the sides of the plants. That main broccoli crown, after you harvest that, then it signals to the plant to start making some more. And it's a good, healthy plant. This particular variety, Green Magic, is really, really good for growing a nice, big, large crown. And then after that, producing lots of nice side shoots, so you get more broccoli florets even after you've harvested that main crown. Okay. And then this one over here, still growing slowly but surely. That's the largest one over there. Let's see about this one on this side. That one's growing nicely. Now see, this one was much smaller, but this one is growing nicely too. Okay. My red cabbage. Right now I have only 4 red cabbages growing. These 2, they're both Ruby Perfection. And then the other 2 that I rescued out of the greenhouse, that's over there in that L-shaped raised bed. That's also a Ruby Perfection. So right now I only have 4 red cabbages in the garden, but there'll be more. And that'll be part of my succession planting. In the next couple of weeks, I will plant out more broccoli, more cabbage. So long after what I have that's already growing, after this has been harvested, I will have more cabbage and more broccoli later on in the season.
And these vegetables that I'm growing right now, they are cold weather crops, or what they call cold crops. Uh, and I mean COLE, cold crops. Okay. When I heard that word, I thought someone was saying cold crops, COLD, cold crops. But they were actually saying cold crops, COLE. I'm like, oh, what's the difference? So I looked it up, of course. And it's basically the same thing. It's crops that are grown in cooler weather, and some of them actually benefit from colder weather. You know, there's something that's in the cabbages that when the weather turns cold, it acts as an antifreeze inside the leaves. It acts as an antifreeze, but also it makes the leaves sweeter. It makes the cabbage sweeter. So actually cooler weather, cold weather, actually a light frost. I'm not talking about a hard freeze, but a light frost and some cold weather on your little your cabbage leaves actually will make them sweeter, you know. So these are cold weather vegetables. I don't like this leaf sitting here with water in it. This cabbage has been attacked by the most insects. This one is doing well. And that head, oh my gosh, that could be harvested right now. I tell you that much. That can be harvested. Let's go around and look at this one real quick. This one too. Oh my God. It's when I'm pushing it, you see my hand is not giving because it's the size of a big Nerf ball. Little one of those little mini basketballs. That's fantastic. Right here, I haven't moved it yet, but it's my little carrots. I'm not going to check now because I'd have to, use both of my hands because I have to move the bricks and everything. But the way I learned to germinate carrot seeds, I'll just tell you again, I did it in a prior video, is that you place the cardboard over it, and that is to keep the moisture, to retain the moisture that's in the soil. You're covering it, and you weigh it down with something. And then when you remove it in a couple of weeks, if you see that the seeds have not germinated, you put it back on there. Keep the soil evenly moist and wait a little while longer. Then you remove it again. And when once you start seeing those little green sprouts, you can take the cardboard off and just let it go and let nature take its course. It's going to do its thing. I'm tempted to peek at it, but I don't have time. I got to keep moving because it's going to be dark soon. And I'll be totally honest, I don't like to be out here when it's dark because that's when the critters come out. Okay. Have more peas over here. Oh, happy Natalie. Wow. More peas. More peas. I harvested a few peas. I need to come out. I'm going to let these grow a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to come out and harvest these also. That's one thing that is like, when you don't have a lot growing, because I had planted dozens of peas. I dropped seeds for lots of plants, and I was hoping for all of them to take root so I can harvest, bunches of pods at one time. But when only 2 or 3 plants take, seeds take and start germinating, I only have a few little plants. So that means I'm only going to get a few little pods at a time. But I'm going to make it work. I'm going to take them little peas and I'm going to freeze them and just collect them. Look like marbles. Look, I have some lettuce. I dropped the seed for that lettuce 2 months ago, and now it's just now coming up. That is wild. Look, that is actually lettuce. Seeds, they don't die. Seeds don't die. Why do you think we have weeds and, even growing up through the fabric that we lay down to smother the grass, and you see it's fighting to poke up, through the fabric. Seeds, they're hard to kill. Really, it is. I have French thyme in the middle, and that is to deter pests. this poor little plant here. This is all Cheers cabbage. As you can see, not doing too well. I'm going to hit that with some Neem Max right before I go in. I'm going to spray that real quick. Okay, but those are cabbages right there. Those are Cheers cabbage, the French thyme in the middle, and then I have my peas. Very quickly, you guys, and I got to go inside. Because I'm hearing noises and I'm jumpy now. Okay, but in these two containers, what I've been doing, something I've been wanting to try for the longest. I was supposed to start last season and I didn't. When you collect, and a lot of gardeners are doing it, you collect your garden waste. The leaves, the old plants, and leaves and all of that. You collect it in a container. You add rainwater. And also, this is something that I don't hear a lot of gardeners say. You're supposed to add native soil. But the way I learned to do it is you're supposed to add a little soil to it also. And you add water, and you just let it sit there, and basically it's going to just, I guess, ferment or whatever, or break down. And then and you cover it. So that's why these two containers are covered. Inside there, in the contents, is basically just old plant waste. A little bit of dirt and a lot of rainwater. And then I will drain it, remove the old plants, and collect that water with all that nutrients in it. And you have to dilute it. You don't use it full strength. You dilute it with water, and that's what you water your plant with. That's what you're going to fertilize your plants with. So I decided to give that a try. So that's what's in those 2 buckets that's been sitting there. I forgot to mention it. But those are 2 5-gallon buckets there. And they're both filled. And just those 2 buckets there, they'll be able to water this entire garden more than once. Fertilize this garden, because you don't use it full strength. You have to dilute it. Okay, it'll be too strong full strength like that. These are my other red cabbages. My rescued cabbage and my rescued lettuce. That's butter crunch lettuce over here. My collards, it's time for a harvest. And I'm going to take these and freeze them. Blanch and freeze. More collards. This is a fresh batch over here. Very quickly, I'm going to show you something really quick before I sign off. Okay, you guys, this is something I'm very excited about. I got my celery, you guys. I told you I grow celery every year, and I was determined to grow celery whether I buy a transplant or start it from seed. I was at the Home Depot the other day, and they had celery. I was waiting for them to get celery in. And I got, I think, 3 trays with 6 plants in each. So, I have my celery, you guys. 18. I'm not going to plant them all out at one time. I'm thinking of doing 1 tray, and this I can do succession planting. And then I may plant out some more later. For those who want to grow celery and y'all haven't been able to start from seed, I wish I could give it one of these containers to somebody who wanted to grow celery and who couldn't start from seed. That would be great if I could. But just to let you know, I found mine at Home Depot. They may not have it because every Home Depot is different. Every store is different. But this particular Home Depot, they had some. They probably don't have many. They probably don't order a lot of them. But I was able to get my celery. So I actually have a tray in my garden shed where I was trying to start celery from seed. This would have been my 5th time, and I'm not just exaggerating. It would have been my 5th time trying to grow celery from seed using different methods that I learned, and none of them worked. I even tried to take a grocery store stalk of celery and place it in the ground and regrow celery that way. It still did not work. So I am very happy that I was able to get my celery. Um, like I said, I grow celery every year, and I'm determined to either grow it from seed or from a transplant. So I got my transplants. So I'm very happy about that. Look, and these are my Brussels sprouts. They're looking pretty good. I'm glad they're doing well. I actually started these from seeds, so I'm very happy about that. They look really healthy. Okay, you guys, because it is getting dark, I'm gonna have to go ahead and sign off now. So as the sun sets, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, you guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Y'all have a blessed night. Bye now.